Here in the UK, we've just had another storm coming in from the southwest, Storm Claudia, and it has done some severe damage down to the southwest of England, and particularly on the canals. I've just received these notifications. I'll put them up on the screen now. And as you can see, there's about 8 notifications of trees that have come down on the Macclesfield Canal, blocking the canal and towpath. So when I go down tomorrow, I might not be able to move the boat at all. I might have to stay there for a day or a week or so until the CRT contractors can actually move these fallen trees and allow us to navigate up to our next mooring. But we will wait and see. I'll take you with me and see you back down on the cut. Well, good morning, guys. You catch me on a beautiful, sunny, but very, very cold, frosty morning. It's currently middle of November, and we've had our first ice over of the season. The realities of living on a boat in the winter. I woke up this morning after a very, very cold night. It was 0 degrees inside the boat, and outside the boat the canal is actually frozen. Cold, frosty mornings. It's only a thin sheet of ice, about half an inch, but it's not advisable to cruise in these conditions because obviously you can damage your boat, damage other people's boats, and it's just generally not good to go cruising around cutting through ice. So I'm going to stay here for another day, and I'm going to get on with some repairs. Now, one of the things that's been bugging me a little bit and needed doing since I bought the boat 2 years ago is the front canopy, the cratch cover. I'll show you what I mean. Things in the winter. My problem is, and always has been since I bought the boat, is this cover barely fits. Whether it's the original cover and it shrunk, I don't know, or whether it ever did fit this boat, I have no idea. But as you can see, it doesn't even cover the sides of the boat. All the wind and the rain gets in here. On the bottom, it only just touches the gunnels, and when it's windy, it blows in, and all the wind, rain, snow, leaves, everything gets lodged in the well deck. So what am I going to do about it? I would like to buy a new one, but at the moment I can't do that. Logistically, I can't get to anywhere to be able to buy a new one. Okay, what I've done is I've purchased some of this waterproof material. I've doubled it up to try and match the thickness of this old canvas, and sewn the hem and everything. And what my intentions is to fasten that onto the side so that it extends the sides like so, and also extends the bottom so that it comes down over the top of the gunnels and protects that. Now I can't take this off to sew it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use press studs. So I'm going to press stud these two surfaces together all the way along the edge, and same up the sides, and hopefully that will give us some protection. Well, I'll try and film as best I can, no guarantees, but here we go. Okay, there we have it. The extension pieces are now fitted onto the bottom of the canopy. That should stop the wind and the rain from getting in. Also up the sides, the same. It can be easily removed again just by these little press studs. But that should stop all the canal is now fully open. Just getting a notification from CRT, Canal and River Trust, that all the fallen trees have been removed and it's clear and safe to proceed. So that's what we're going to do. come with me. You've seen the journey before, but I'll film a little bit of it again. And here we go on the move again. Getting ready to cast off. Let's get these ropes undone. Not going far again today, just a couple of miles up the canal. Change your scenery. Been a lovely little stay here, once again at Royal Oak Swing Bridge. Very nice here, but it's time to move on. A couple of miles up the canal, and now that it's open again, I've been here for 2 or 3 days, just waiting for the canal to reopen, following the fallen trees. See, there's evidence of the storm. That's quite a substantial tree that's come down there. So lovely moorings along here, but all these trees overhanging, not very happy about. And I've just seen a major problem ahead. We were told by the Canal River Trust that the canal was actually clear. And I've just spotted ahead there is still a branch, big branch in the water. I'm going to pull in and check it out. This is the section where we were notified that a tree had fallen. And we've now been notified that it's all clear. You can see the damage where the trees have come down and snapped. And there's this branch, quite a substantial branch. Come off that tree down there. I've pulled it over a little bit to see if I can actually get past, but I don't know. But it just goes to show, they tell us that the navigation is open, and it's quite obviously not. Well, that was not an easy manoeuvre. You can see how closer I am to the bank and the trees. Thankfully, water levels are high, but that is still a substantial obstacle in the canal. Oops, now I'm going to go into the trees ahead now. Once again, this is another tree which is supposed to have been removed and cleared. Once again, it hasn't. once again, that little clip there just goes to show there's evidence of the section of tree that was lying over the towpath and blocking the towpath has all been cut back and removed. The towpath is now clear, but quite obviously they haven't bothered removing the great big branch out of the canal. It is passable with caution, but that's not what they're telling us. They're telling us that it has been removed and the navigation is clear, and it is quite obviously not. So come on, CRT, get your act together, for God's sake. Well, I've made it. I'm moored up. That certainly wasn't a pleasurable, leisurely cruise, even though it's only 1.5 to 2 miles. I had 2 fallen trees, which were reported to have been removed. A very stubborn, slippy and awkward swing bridge, but we're here, and this will be it for a week or so, even though I've got a bit of a noisy building site next to me. But there are shops just down the path, so not too bad. Okay, I'll catch you later on. Well, good morning, guys. Hope you can hear me all right. There's a little bit of a wind blowing. I'm currently walking back down to the car, just 1.5 miles down to collect the car and bring it back up again. I'm also going to see if those trees have been removed from the canal that I reported yesterday. So I'll give you a little tour and see how we get on. Okay, as you can see, this is the section of the canal where the second fallen tree was. As you can see, it has all now been cleared, and all is good in the end. As you can see, some of the damage caused by the storm. This is quite a substantial limb off the tree, which is just ripped. But as you can see, the tree is not in particularly good condition. They should really survey these trees, you know. If that had come down across the canal, that would have caused a problem. But it's safe enough where it is. And again, another tree fallen. Luckily it's gone down the bank and not across the canal. But again, that's a pretty substantial tree, and there's lots of them just sitting on the bank. Not much support really. A little update on the branch removal that I reported to CRT, where the contractor had told CRT that it had actually removed the branches that was in the canal, but actually hadn't. I phoned them up yesterday, informed them of that the canals weren't clear and that there were still substantial branches blocking the canal. They have since came out yesterday, and they have removed the trees, chopped them up and put them on the side so they're out the way. So well done. I'm pleased I phoned. And here we are, we're approaching Oak Grove Swing Bridge, which is where I was moored yesterday, just here behind this grey boat. And the car is just by that footbridge ahead there. So nice 1.5 mile walk. Getting a little bit breezy, a little bit chilly, but still a nice day. Well, it's wet and stormy outside. Let's keep toasty warm inside with a nice mushroom omelette for lunch. That's just sorted out. Lovely. Well, there we go. One lovely steamy mushroom omelette on toast. I'm going to enjoy that. Enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already done so. It's completely free. And of course, leave me some comments. I love reading your comments and your suggestions. Catch you later.